Well, good morning, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started in just a moment, so please go ahead and grab a seat, and we'll get started in just a moment. All right, as people make their way in, we'll do a little bit of housekeeping this morning. I'm advancing the slide, but it's not going forward yet. Too many times. Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Jason Nichols. I am the Program Education Committee Chair for the Global Specialty Lens Symposium. I'm also the Editor-in-Chief of Contact Lens Spectrum. We're thrilled you're here with us for what I think is the 17th Annual Global Specialty Lens Symposium. Just frankly hard to believe. And also, we're really thrilled and excited to nearly be at sort of our pre-pandemic levels in all regards in terms of sponsorships, attendees, education. So we're thrilled that you're here with us today. And it's my honor to welcome you on behalf of the entire program committee of the meeting. I want to throw a few facts at you about the meeting this year. As I said, we're nearly at pre-pandemic levels. We have over 30 medal level sponsors this year, which is just incredible. 25 exhibitors. We have 64 speakers. And we have over, as of today, 650 or more than 650 registered attendees. We have about 40 countries represented. 22 hours of the most cutting edge education we've had to date. This includes 9 general sessions. We have 18 CE breakout sessions, in addition to 4 workshops, 2 of which we held last night. So we've got a jam-packed program for you today, tomorrow, and Saturday. I want to come back to sponsors. We couldn't hold this meeting without our sponsors, and we're just thrilled that so many support this meeting and support specialty lenses and specialty lens education. So please take a moment with me to thank our sponsors. I also want to encourage everybody to attend our world-class exhibit hall. Education continues in the exhibit hall, as does socialization, and please make sure you visit all of our sponsor booths in the exhibit hall. I also want to say thank you to several people on the conference side, the GSLS, or now Broadcast Med conference team, in particular Laura Shepard, who many of you know and interact with. I'm not sure if Laura is here, but we all owe a round of applause to Laura Shepard and the entire conference team. So if you haven't heard yet, Panavision, who was the publisher of Contact Lens Spectrum in this meeting, was acquired by Broadcast Med, and so there are a few new faces in the audience. I hope everybody gets a chance to meet the Broadcast Med team. We're really thrilled to be partnering with them and working with them to bring an even better experience to this meeting going forward. So thanks to the entire team. This year, this morning in particular, we're going to honor a few people, and we're going to start with a new award, which is the Rising Star Award. The idea behind this award is that it recognizes an emerging leader in the field of cornea and contact lenses. As a rule of thumb, we like to say somebody within 10 years of their terminal degree or training. The awardee must demonstrate substantial contributions to the field of what might not normally be expected at this stage in their career. And so it's our honor this morning, indeed, to acknowledge our first ever Rising Star awardee, who is Stephen Vincent. So Stephen, please make your way to the podium. Many of you know Stephen Vincent. He's certainly a familiar face at this meeting in particular. He is now an associate professor at the QUT, Queensland University of Technology in Australia, and his work and impact in the field, especially contact lenses, myopia control, is just incredible, being within 10 years of his last training. So Stephen, it's our honor indeed to recognize you, and in particular, if you haven't checked his CV, Stephen has over 130 peer-reviewed papers, and I think his H-index is over 30 at this point, which is just phenomenal. And we have a list of the top 200 optometrists in terms of their academic accomplishment. And Stephen, within 10 years of his terminal degree, is already number 100 of the all-time top 200 optometrists. So Stephen, it's a pleasure and honor to recognize you this morning. I'd like to now ask Afe Vanderwerp and Karen DeLoss, two fellow program committee members, to proceed with our next awards.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming. It is an absolute privilege for me to introduce our next awardee, Dr. Deborah Jacobs. For many of you who may know her, but who don't, she received her bachelor's degree from the Harvard University. She is a prestigious award recipient of the Rhodes Scholar, where she went on to do her master's degree in the United Kingdom at Oxford University. She did her medical training, residency, and also cornea and external disease fellowship at Harvard University and Mass Eye and Ear Infirmary. Dr. Jacobs is no stranger to me. I first met her in 2010. She serves as the medical director at the Boston Foundation of Sight, which is where I met her. She has certainly had a huge influence on my career, as well as many of you who are in the audience. While she has her foundation in ophthalmology, she has had a prominent role in helping to build bridges between ophthalmology and optometry, and a role that I'm certainly thankful for. Dr. Jacobs has worn many, many hats over the years, including immediate past chair of the Contact Lens Association of Ophthalmologists. She has a multitude of peer-reviewed publications as well, several research grants, and continues to serve at faculty at Massachusetts Eye and Ear Infirmary. Given this incredible resume, what stands out to me most about Debbie is her incredible approach to patient care and her ability to connect with her patients. I think she could talk to anyone about anything, particularly food and history, is what I recall. There's never any dull moments with her, and I'm so happy and grateful to present this award. Thank you for paving the way for us as an ophthalmologist, a talented researcher, and for me, a female mentor. Dr. Debbie Jacobs.
Well, and the story continues, because the Award of Excellence this year does not go to one person, but to two persons. And funny enough, both sides of the Atlantic Ocean, we have similar persons. So Dr. Karina Koppen, and in Europe, we try to do things a little bit more informal, so I actually can say Karina, which is actually an illustration of the person that she is. She is very easy to approach. Karina is a professor at Antwerp University, which is just across the border with the Netherlands. I just wanted to throw that in. She has a curriculum of 48 pages. I won't go through it. This is not a joke. And she is so instrumental, like Dr. Jacobs, in bridging the gap between optometry, contact lens specialist, and then ophthalmology. I remember maybe it was 10, 15 years ago, the European Contact Lens Society for Ophthalmologists would not allow optometrists even to attend, let alone to be on the podium. And since she's been involved, that has changed. Optometrists are speaking on the podium. If you ever want to go to a really nice specialty lens meeting in Europe, that is probably the one to go to. We just had one in Paris. And But she made all that possible. And now I think even optometrists can become members of the association. So she's an expert, of course, in cornea. Her PhD was in cross-linking and scleral lenses. We have 2 MDs here awarding that we are awarding today that really know their scleral lenses, which is, I think, unique in our field. And despite everything that I just described about Corina, she is so humble and just a very nice person, not just to us and from the podium, she is excellent, but also to her patients. You do want her as a surgeon. She's not only a good surgeon, but she's also a really good communicator. So we're really